Just look at this. It's raining again. I had lots of plans to work outside today, but I guess I'm not going to be able to after all. Yesterday...
Yay! I know what this is.
It's dark in here. Oh, that's better. Yesterday, I went outside and I did a bunch of work in the garden, and I wanted to show you what all I did, and I wanted to continue what I was doing yesterday today, but I don't think that's going to happen. And
I got myself a wet.
Since it's raining out there so bad right now, I think I'm just going to leave you guys in here so I can hurry up and run out there and get the chores done and get back in the house. But maybe this afternoon we'll come up with something more fun to do.
Oh.
Yesterday we worked out in the garden, and then we hurried up and came inside, and then I gave Miley a haircut. And it looks so nice.
It's so short, though.
Yeah. I kind of cut it just a little bit short, but...
But it's actually kind of good that you did that to get the dry ends off.
Yeah. So, anyway, I guess we will figure out what we're going to do and go from there. Well, after a rainy start to the day, it turned out to be a gorgeous afternoon. The sun came out, it's kind of a coolish warm out, there's a light breeze, and it's just beautiful. So I thought I'd show you the little bit that I did in the garden yesterday. It actually felt like a whole lot, but now that I look at it, it looks like only a little bit. But anyway, a while back I planted some kale, and it's looking really good. Okay, then right here, our radishes are coming up nicely, and then right back there is a line of peas all the way across. Then out here in this dirt right here is more radishes, and over there is some Swiss chard. And then around the edges I planted cucumbers. The little tiny pepper plants that I planted a while back, they weren't looking so hot a few days ago because right after I planted them, we had a whole bunch of rain and it kind of pounded them into the ground. So I was a little concerned that they may not grow and do too well. So I went and I got some more bigger ones so that way at least hopefully we'll have a few peppers. And when I was shopping the other day for them, I found some of the lunchbox peppers, which are just the small little sweet peppers, and I've been so addicted to those lately, and I was so happy to find some. So I bought a couple of plants. There's one right here and one right here, and they've already got a few blooms on them. So hopefully it won't take them too long before they're producing. In this raised bed garden right here, the green peppers grow so well, and so does lettuce. And it seems like every year that I plant green peppers in there, they do great. But if I go plant them in the garden somewhere, they don't do so hot. And same way with lettuce. Whenever I plant lettuce in there, it does great. And we have a really good lettuce crop. But then if I plant it anywhere else, it doesn't grow. So the year before last year, I planted lettuce in there. And I didn't get any green peppers. And so last year, I planted green peppers in here. And I didn't have that great of a lettuce crop. And so this year I went back and planted lettuce again. But then I got to thinking I really want to ensure that I have at least a few green peppers. So I went ahead and I planted a few of them in here because I know that the lettuce isn't going to last all season. And so I figured I'd try that. And what are you doing, Miley?
Messing with the June bug.
A June bug. June bugs already, huh? Creepy old things.
It's weird because when I hold them and I try to get them off, they just stick to my fingers.
I know. They just creep me out because they stick so bad. Here are the green peppers that I planted. And then over here are some that I bought. So hopefully between all of those peppers, I'll get some peppers out of them. Yesterday I got started mulching the cabbage. And I ran out of time and haven't finished that yet, so I'm going to probably finish that up today. The thing that I'm really the most excited about right now is that my potatoes are finally coming up. I'd really given up hope on them because it had taken them forever to come up. And so I really thought that we weren't going to have any this year. But look, they're poking through and they're looking good. There's one right there. With all this rain and my busy, hectic schedule, I have not been able to keep up with getting mulch on the garden, and so the weeds have started to take over. So the other day when I ran to town and I went ahead and got more black plastic, which I think I've already told you about in one video, and I've laid it down. I bought 2 rolls of it thinking that it would really go a long ways, but that is about as much as 2 rolls did. So I'm going to go to town. I'm going to buy 2 or 3 more rolls of it and go ahead and lay it out here. And I don't think it'll take very long at all for that plastic to go ahead and kill out the weeds underneath of it. And so as that happens, I will pull up the plastic and lay mulch down. And then I will continue to move the plastic up and keep covering up the garden until I get everything killed out and get the mulch covered. Hopefully, anyway. That's my plan. I don't know whether I'll get it done or not, but that's my plan. Black plastic makes a fun thing to splash around in, doesn't it?
I was trying to move it so water wouldn't spill over. And you stepped on some and that water's spilling over.
Over here I'm really excited. This is our raspberry bush. I planted that bush when it was about that big. About 3 years ago, I think, maybe. And it got lost and buried in the weeds. And it grew really long and scraggly. And it wasn't doing too good for a year or 2. In fact, I thought it was going to die. But it came back and it has been really growing good. And then over here, it's actually spread, and we've got another little plant right there, and one right there, and one right over there. And then there's another one on the other side of the fence, so I'm really excited about that. And this year it's actually blooming. So we just might have some raspberries this year. We were just now looking out at the goats in the pasture, and we discovered that Elsa isn't out there, which is kind of unusual. So we're wondering if she might be in the barn having her kids. I have not been monitoring her like I should. I just wasn't quite sure if she was pregnant or not. So anyway, we're going to go check and see.
She could just be laying down near there, but I think that would be kind of odd for her.
Yes.
Her flip-flops all wet.
Our flip-flops are squeaky. Squeak, squeak, squeak. Oh, there she is. Nutmeg's in there too. I guess she's not having her kids. She looks nice and big and round though. No Nutmeg. Aww. Got your little buddy there.
Which one's this one? Is this one Bliss?
No, that's not Bliss.
That one?
Oh, he just loves you. Just your little bud.
He's so heavy.
Hey, what you doing? Gonna bring him out here?
You want me to?
Only if you want to.
I think the reason he's doing this is because he does not like the halter on him.
Uh-huh. We're getting Aster used to the halter, so that way Miley can lead him around.
And take them to the fair, too.
Mm-hmm.
Astor's not going to like us that much anymore, is he?
Oh, I bet you he will. So come on, Astor. Let's go.
He's actually gotten so big since the last time I seen him.
Mm-hmm.
I think he misses me coming out and doing chores with you in the morning sometimes.
I don't think so. I think you need to come out and join me in chores sometime soon.
The reason I didn't do it today was because it was raining.
Yeah.